Minecraft Bedrock Edition was a platform created to bring us all ever closer together as a Minecraft community. However, recently, over the past few years, it's had the opposite effect, drawing out negativity within players, and if this continues, it's going to leave a really bad mark on the Minecraft name, and that's why I'm going to be talking about it in this video. Before we get into that though, be sure you drop a like on the video, but with that being said, let's dive right into it. So, Minecraft Bedrock Edition is definitely something I've got quite a love-hate relationship with. Ever since its inception, it's been quite controversial. Some players love it, some players hate it. Before we get on to what's going on in the future and my personal thoughts about it, let's talk about my experience with Bedrock Edition. Now, I grew up on Pocket Edition personally. That's the first way I ever played Minecraft. Then upgrading to Xbox 360 edition, I bought that console especially for Minecraft, and I absolutely loved it. So iconic, I do not really have to say much more. The next generation after that was definitely quite interesting because it was the end of console edition and the birth of Bedrock. Personally, in this era, I switched over to PlayStation, enjoying the game over there, and it was definitely quite fun. However, this is the time I stopped playing, and I feel like it's the time many others stopped playing as well. In these years around when Minecraft was sold and brought by Microsoft, it was quite controversial, quite a lot was going on, and at the time there was just so much else to play that I personally stepped away from the game at that point. So I do not remember much of the transfer over to Bedrock Edition, but from what I heard at the time, it was quite a good thing. It allowed players to enjoy the game cross-platform, whether you play Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, everyone can play together, and that's definitely quite a big positive. At the time, I actually looked down on Java Edition because of this, allowing all players to interact with each other, join each other's worlds, and hop across games basically, whereas Java kind of looked like the outcast to me. It seemed too good to be true. Bedrock Edition was becoming the new superior Minecraft platform for every Minecraft player. However, Java, which was always the better version of the game, was becoming to look as the outcast, being pushed away and being left out from these interesting new features. However, looking back on this from where we stand today, we can see that there was more negatives to Bedrock Edition than we could see back then. Mojang did continuously promise better parity, that Bedrock Edition, now it was one unified platform, would be able to quickly catch up to Java and remain on an equal standing with it, basically meaning that when updates come out for Java, they are released for Bedrock, and this is still true today. Sometimes there's a few days between consoles and platforms, and there's a slight difference, but it's definitely better than what it was on console editions, where we could be waiting months for some features. Years later though, today we can definitely start to see the negatives and the cracks forming. This towering castle, which was Bedrock Edition, is now starting to crumble and is leaving many people uncertain of its future, including me. I've watched this entire thing without bias, from a distance, observing it for quite a while, and I've got quite a few things to say about Bedrock Edition, and personally I do not know how much longer it can last in its current state. Let's start with parity, because it's something I care a lot about and I've been hearing about this a lot. Parity, or parity, however you would like to say it, is basically the process of making Java and Bedrock equal. There's so many features which need to be ported across and vice versa to make them the exact same or as similar as they can be to each other. One of them, I'm sure you've all heard of, dual wielding on Bedrock. That would be the ability to put items in your left and right hand, something that's been in Java Edition for years now. Currently, as of when I'm recording this, it is the 3rd of April 2022. Bedrock Edition has been around for years and there's still no sign of these features coming. The most recent tease we got towards this was a questionnaire Mojang put out asking for smaller parity features players would like, basically casting out any hope of us seeing some of the bigger parity features they would be classed as, like dual wielding, banner shields, banner markers, all of these basic quality of life features which have not made their way to Bedrock yet. Many people suspect that Bedrock Edition is the very reason we're not seeing these features, and there's one key thing holding everything back, and that is mobile devices, iPads, phones, all of those touchscreen devices that people play on. And as I said, I do not want to upset anyone by saying this, I grew up on Pocket Edition. I would love the ability to pull out my iPad, play Minecraft, and just, it was amazing, right? But there's one thing that is really damaging Bedrock Edition, and that is Pocket Edition. If Mojang wanted to add dual wielding to Bedrock Edition, that would be fairly easy for them, because it is similar enough to PC. However, on a touchscreen, Mojang have stated over and over again that it is difficult to implement dual wielding on Pocket Edition, which I do not understand personally. They could just add another button. There's so many mobile games out there now which are far more complicated than Minecraft, so I'm sure with a bit of effort and work and research, Mojang could do this. But from what we've heard and what we've been speculating, Pocket Edition is a major factor in these features not being released yet. Now I really want to talk about something which is far more recent, and by that I mean days ago, and that is ray tracing on Bedrock. Over the years, Minecraft has been a very simple game, very easy to understand, very easy to pick up, very easy to learn. But the more dedicated player base and even a lot of new players over the years have been demanding some kind of ray tracing or shaders. Basically, this started as mods on the Java Edition version of the game, but have now evolved into something far more. It's widely accepted that Minecraft is far better with shaders and ray tracing. I guarantee if you watch a Minecraft video or even look at tweets from the very Minecraft developers themselves, you will see so many people using ray tracing or shaders. Most likely it's become such a key part of Minecraft. Even in the artwork and the trailers, they show some kind of shaders on Minecraft. It's just such a big part of the game now. So many people that have grew up watching these videos or hearing about this just cannot imagine Minecraft without ray tracing or shaders in the future. What makes it even worse is in 2020 Mojang did show us a video of Minecraft playing with RTX, basically shaders, right, on the new Xbox. Here we are years later, there's still no sign of it. Many people think, and this is where the speculation gets quite heavy right now, so many people think that this is because Mojang are preparing some kind of next gen version of Minecraft. But how would this work? Bedrock Edition has always been about the player base, about the communication and interaction between platforms. But if Mojang did want to introduce RTX ray tracing, this would damage the fundamental structure of Bedrock Edition. If this was introduced, players on the new Xbox consoles and maybe even PlayStation 5 would not be able to play with those on the older versions of Bedrock. So now not only have we got Java and Bedrock, but we would also have a new version of Bedrock and an old version of Bedrock, meaning that Bedrock would no longer be Bedrock. Can you see where the confusion starts to pile in here? No matter where I sit on this and no matter where I stand, I can only see an unstable future for Bedrock Edition, let's just say that. When you look at the parity beginning to slow down and screech to a halt, and the presence of Pocket Edition, along with now the presence of the next gen consoles, it just makes it seem to me that Bedrock Edition was a dream, and a very ambitious one, but a dream that is now beginning to turn into a nightmare. It's good that Mojang tried to do something great for the community and tried to do something that many other development studios have not been able to do, but it seems that now it may be time for Bedrock Edition to evolve. And so thank you all for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.